What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. So what I want to do is recap what we know or what was covered in the dev stream about the Battle Pass and the store. I wanted to do a separate video for this because I feel like this is a hot topic item. So what I've done is I went through the live stream and I chopped it up to just include the most important information about the Battle Pass and the new store that's coming. So the information that you're about to see is throughout the entirety of the dev live stream, but I've chopped it up into sections and I'll give you my opinions on each one of those sections. If you missed the stream or you would like to rewatch it, I will link that in the description of this video. I'm also working on a recap video for the entirety of the live stream that you'll be able to find on my channel soon.
Yeah, how much will Battle Pass cost? I can't say the exact price yet because we are still working on finalized prices.
I felt like this was going to be one of the most important questions that you guys were going to ask. How much is it going to cost? And there is no cost right now announced for the Battle Pass or for any of the in-store items.
Yeah, so the Battle Pass and the shop will be on all servers of all types. They'll be on official servers, private servers, modded servers, and single player. No matter where you play, you'll be able to participate in the Battle Pass and purchase things from the shop if you want to.
Now this is probably the second biggest question that I saw asked, whether you'd be able to participate in the Battle Pass in your solo games, on your private server, on your private modded server, as well as on official. And the answer today in the live stream was yes. Now obviously there's some cheating that could go on, but when I'm looking at some of those challenges that they already have listed, they seem easy enough to just go out and do and not really have to cheat them in order to accomplish them. So I'm not sure that cheating the challenges would actually be any faster than just going out and doing them.
The Battle Pass will be updated every 90 days. It's right around 13 weeks. So all the previous content will be removed and new content will be put in its place when the Battle Pass goes away. We have to, the seasons that come in, the ages will be in place for usually probably around 2 to 3 chapters. And each chapter is what will be updated every 90 days. So you have those, those 13 weeks to get the Battle Pass, get through everything that's in there. And then we'll put another one in its place and keep going forward with it. So that's kind of the update cadence you can expect for features as well. So whenever we add that new Battle Pass, like I mentioned before, we'll also be adding new content, new features, new things to do at the same time.
Okay, so he kind of fumbles around the chapters versus seasons versus Battle Pass and all of that. I actually had to write it down to kind of figure out what he was saying here. So each season, which is like the Age of Sorcery as a season, is going to be split into 2 to 3 chapters. Each chapter is going to have its own Battle Pass. So a single chapter in the Age of Sorcery is going to last 90 days. So 3 Battle Passes per season. Each Battle Pass is going to last 90 days, which means we have about 9 months per season, and then we'll switch to another season. So Age of Sorcery should last about 9 months, then we'll see a different age come along and new Battle Passes with new chapters associated with that age.
So the structure for the Battle Pass is going to be such that we have ages, like Age of Sorcery, and then each age will be broken down into several chapters. And those chapters will be where we hit the big content updates. With each one of those chapters, we'll not only be adding new things in the shop and new rewards in the Battle Pass, but we will be adding new playable content or major updates to existing content at the same time. So whenever we do an update, it's not just going to be, oh, here's more stuff to buy. It's going to be, okay, here's also some new stuff to do.
So if I'm understanding this right, every 90 days we should get a new Battle Pass. With that new Battle Pass, we should be getting new playable content. Now the new playable content is free. You do not have to make a purchase in order to get that content. However, the way they're going to support or pay for the development of that new content is going to be the purchases that are made of the Battle Pass or the purchases that are made in the shop.
A big part of the reason we wanted to go down this route is because it lets people opt in and support us when they want to, or just if they see something really cool they want to have. And then that helps us actually fund further development of the game, so we can make all of our other features coming out free for everybody and really justify continuing to support Conan Exiles.
This is their new monetization structure, and I'm really hoping that it works for them and that we continue to see content being developed.
Yeah, I think the first thing to talk about is just like a tiny disclaimer that all the stuff that's in the trailer and even things we're showing on stream today are still a work in progress. So we have a little disclaimer in the corner of the stream. We had to, make the trailer to show everything to everyone to get them excited about it, but a lot of the details that you go in and fish and check out will be a little bit off for what they would be in the end. I know a lot of things that people do ask about in terms of the shop itself is like, are these the prices, and the prices themselves are even still a work in progress. I had a conversation about it just this morning briefly. But yeah, looking at the Battle Pass, what we're seeing here is basically similar to what you would see in a Battle Pass in other games, where you have a series of rewards, you interact with the game, and you engage with the systems like you normally would to receive the rewards in the Battle Pass. As you play through and get that experience from finishing the challenges, you'll unlock Battle Pass levels, and those levels will let you claim the rewards if you own the Battle Pass. If you don't own the Battle Pass, there will still be about 12 rewards in this pool of 60 that'll be completely free. So even if you're not paying into the Battle Pass to get all the rewards, there's still some little novel things you can pull out of it.
So even if you're not purchasing the Battle Pass, you don't have the funds, or you just don't feel like spending the money, you are going to get items from the Battle Pass. There are free items, and I think he said up to 12 items across the Battle Pass that you're going to get for free if you complete that Battle Pass. And as they explain a little bit later on in the video, the Battle Pass is completed by completing challenges. All of this is not in your face. It's not super invasive. You're basically not even going to notice it if you're not paying attention to it. However, it is there if you want to interact with those new features.
Whenever we decided, again, that we wanted to put a Battle Pass in, to me it felt very important that we try to integrate that with the world and the story of Exiles as much as possible. There are a lot of games that have a Battle Pass, and it's just kind of this tacked on monetization thing that's in there. And I was like, if we do this and we make it part of the game, we should try to make it part of the world too. So with every Battle Pass, you'll see as you scroll through the pages, there will be a series of tableaus that unfold and tell a story about something that has happened or happening in one of the maps.
So I think this is a really cool feature. Actually, another game that I play, Dead by Daylight, does a really good job of linking their battle passes to things that are going on in the game. So when they come out with a new killer or a new survivor killer combo, their battle pass is linked to that going on in game. So having the Battle Pass linked to what's going on in Conan Exiles just adds a level of cohesiveness where it's not just a side note and hey, there's a Battle Pass, but it actually gives it more purpose and structure within the game.
The Battle Pass can be progressed by completing challenges. Challenges give Battle Pass experience and levels, and as you progress through the Battle Pass levels, you can claim the rewards, as I mentioned before. There are 60 rewards in our Battle Pass at present. And if you don't own the Battle Pass, you can still earn about 12 of those rewards, like I mentioned before. Owning the Battle Pass lets you claim everything at no additional cost. So there is a cost to purchase the Battle Pass, and once you spend that amount of money, you'll be able to claim everything for each level that you unlock. There's also a premium Battle Pass that all it does on top of the normal Battle Pass is grant you 15 additional levels. So as soon as you buy it, you get 15 unlocks right away, no matter where you're at. Mm-hmm. The levels are linear, so there'll always be 1,000 experience to complete. There's no increased grind the further you go. You can also buy additional levels with Crom coins if you don't want to do challenges to gain the XP.
So kind of standard Battle Pass stuff. You're able to buy levels if you want to buy levels. You can buy a premium pass that pushes you through 15 levels no matter where you're at in the Battle Pass. Those are all things that we've kind of come to expect with Battle Passes. The thing that I really want to touch on here is there is 60 levels to the Battle Pass, and out of those 60 levels, if you choose not to purchase a Battle Pass, you will gain about 12 items from the Battle Pass, as long as you're completing those challenges that grant XP towards the Battle Pass.
And now to look at the menu for some of the stuff that we have. Every 24 hours, you'll get XP multipliers on each slot that's available to you. So you can continue to complete those challenges for normal XP once those multipliers are gone. So that 2x times 150, 2x times 30, etc. that you see at the top, those are the multipliers you get. and you get 5 a day, like I said. It can pull up to 20 in the back end as well. So you can miss 4 days of playing the game, come back, and still have 25 total multipliers to be able to go through and do all the challenges you want and still get that bonus XP to prevent you from falling behind. You can also reroll challenges. I know one of the questions someone asked was, can you pay for rerolls? But I think that here...
Oh.
Yeah, so this... Those are dice now.
Yeah, the icon in the video was temporary. It was a copy over from the shop where you can purchase Crom coins. And we've done a lot of work on the UI since then to make things more clear where things can be bought and can't. Similarly, with the remaining XP boosters thing up in the corner, I changed that text to say XP multipliers remaining because it sounds less like something that you can buy. And we don't really want the people to have the illusion that we're just trying to nickel and dime people and hit you with as many like microtransactional dark patterns as we possibly can. That's not the case.
Right.
We avoid them as much as we possibly can. If you complete the majority of the Battle Pass, and I think this is up to like level 57 or somewhere abouts, you'll be refunded for the cost of the Battle Pass throughout the progression through it. So you see in some points on the track we give you Crom coins. Those in the end will total up to be the entire cost of the Battle Pass. So theoretically, if you buy one Battle Pass the first time and you complete all of them up to that point that you participate in, you will always get your Crom coins back and be able to buy the next one at no additional cost. It's like you buy the Battle Pass once, as long as you don't spend those Crom coins, you can keep buying each successive Battle Pass.
Mm-hmm. So some general information about the way the challenge system works, the XP boosters, the re-rolling of your challenges should you not want to participate in that challenge. However, he also goes on to talk about the fact that if you purchase the Battle Pass and you complete that Battle Pass, you're earning enough Crom coins to purchase the next Battle Pass, which I think is a really good feature for Battle Passes, so you only have to purchase it once, and as long as you are completing them and you're not spending those in-game currency on other things, you're actually able to have the next Battle Pass, and you can perpetually do that within the game.
And we'll be keeping an eye on the progress that everyone makes in the Battle Pass. If we feel it's taking too long for too many people, we can tweak the XP multiplier on challenges or the XP values in the back end and speed things up for people to help them.
And that won't require like a patch or whatever either.
That's right. It'll be a change on our side that just automatically goes out to everybody. When you get new challenges, you'll get the new data and you'll be able to keep up with everybody else. Mm-hmm. We base the amount of time needed to complete the Battle Pass on someone being active twice a week for at least an hour per session. So most of the challenges you get will be completed when playing normally, and you'll get, if you get challenges that you don't think you complete, that option to reroll is there as well. I believe right now we give 3 rerolls per day, and 1 reroll changes all of the challenges. So if there's something in that list of 5 that, or anything in that list of 5 doesn't suit what you want to do, you have 3 chances a day to just completely get rid of those and look for something else that's more suited to what you might want to do.
Now, honestly, from this explanation of the Battle Pass and the amount of time that it takes to complete these challenges, it really sounds like it's going to be very easy to complete this. 1 hour a day, a couple of times a week, and not having to just focus on doing the challenges sounds like a very small amount. So it'll be interesting to see how this may change as players get their hands on it, and to see how Funcom may tweak the system if they feel like it's too easy or too hard. That's going to be something that really comes down to the player base and how quickly or how slowly they're moving through that Battle Pass.
In regards to Battle Pass Age, will there be ways to get that the items from that pass in the future, or once that age is gone, are they gone for good? What's the plan with that?
Our plan for Battle Passes right now, and it is subject to change based on feedback, based on numbers. One thing that I think is really important to talk about, at least from our perspective, is that we have a very experienced monetization expert that we're working with, and we've taken his advice on a lot of stuff that we're doing. And originally we wanted to say, hey, let's make these other Battle Passes available all the time, and his advice was that we shouldn't do that. So for the time being, and the way it's going to go in now, unless we hear like really massive uproar about it, is that once the Battle Pass is done, the Battle Pass is gone. We're regardless, we're not going to re-add those items to the shop. We're not going to say, here's this exact item you got in the battle pass. It's a thing that was limited availability. You paid for it. You were there when it happened, and now you can just buy it in the shop 6 months later. It's not a thing we plan to do. We may do variations on some of those items. So if there's like a really cool bookcase, we might mod it some, change the contents of it and its name, and create an alternative closed version to it. But you'll never see that one-to-one same item in the shop that's in the battle pass.
Yep.
Like it, love it, hate it, it doesn't matter. The way that they're moving forward with the Battle Pass is the items that are in the Battle Pass are specific to the Battle Pass. So if you don't get in on that Battle Pass, you will not be able to get those items in a future Battle Pass or in the shop in the future. It sounds like they're going to be in that Battle Pass specifically, and once they're gone for good.
This is the Black Lotus Bazaar. FPO stands for for placement only. It's just a placeholder. Don't worry about it.
Work in progress.
Yeah, it's all work in progress. Like that's it's not some anyway. Yeah, it just means placeholder. So yeah, this is certainly something that another thing that we've seen plenty of comments about, and so we're hoping to be able to allay any concerns you might have about just how this works.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things to touch on is that stuff in the shop doesn't go away forever when it's gone. It does have a timer on it. A lot of the reason we have a shop set up like this right now is because the back catalog of items that we have will not be so extremely large that it makes a lot of sense to have a lot of categories where you filter in a lot of stuff. So in order to be able to get everything cycled through and have everyone have their eyes on it, it makes more sense for us to just be able to show a few items at a time and be able to really showcase how cool they are. Because like with a lot of these, you can see we've got some really cool art made to show them off. Like the sandstone set at the bottom is down here.
Sorry, I'm just like
I absolutely love the way this looks, and like I had this image in my head and I asked for it and got exactly what I wanted, but it's just basically like a little diorama where we can display all the stuff that's in the set and have a building made of the pieces that are included in it. And I think it looks really cool. But yeah, the Bazaar is its own set of stuff that rotates in and out. It's different from the Battle Pass. The items in it won't be Battle Pass items. You can just snag bundles like cosmetic armor sets, placeables, building pieces, emotes, and the like. It'll rotate out based on the size of the preview in the shop. So the Big Daddy preview, this one lasts 30 days. The medium-sized ones over here will cycle every 2 weeks. And the smaller ones, like these two over here, rotate every 48 hours. Like we've said before, we'll never sell power in the shop. Any items like weapons or armor that you get from the Battle Pass or from the shop will have similar stats to previous DLC armor and weapons that you've seen before, where they kind of just sit along that iron tier, and then you get an epic version that you can make as well.
It's like the Star Metal tier or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the plan. We don't plan to sell things that make anyone any stronger through the Battle Pass or the shop. It's all novelty. It's all cosmetic. It's all for fun.
And then one thing I know that came up also was when we rotate items, like they're not gone. Like the sale of the item or whatever is just being rotated. Like items will come back in rotation, like as discounted or whatever over time. Like it's never going to be like, oh, if you don't get this in 40, like one of these small ones, like it'll come back at some point.
Yeah,
just like any other sale, like in the world. So
I know some people ask too if because we're going to these like shops in Battle Pass that we own, if we would still have sales or discounts. But yeah, there will be sales on items in the shop, and going forward, you'll see those marked off. I think we have maybe some images as well that show that discount, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If you don't see it now, you'll see it very soon.
Yes, I don't have any of that loaded up here, but yeah, I mean, eventually, we'll see it. So again, yeah, like if something gets rotated out, like it'll come back at some point. So you won't like permanently miss out on anything that's like shown here. Hope that helps. Cool, great. That's a lot of nitty-gritty housekeeping stuff and a lot of exciting stuff.
The store is honestly pretty straightforward. There are going to be a revolving number of things for sale, at least at first. Once there's a larger catalog, they do talk about how they may change the storefront and make it a different storefront. But at least for now, since there's not a big catalog, what they're going to do is rotate those things out and back in on a regular basis. Now, they did say that those things will not go away forever. So if you don't buy something today, it doesn't mean that it's gone for good. The things in the store will repeat. So if you're saving up for a certain item, it goes off sale, you just have to wait for that item to come back on sale in order to purchase it.
They hope things that you pay for will be account bound, and that will be the case. Anything you buy that will be available, or anything you buy will be available on any character you have or ever make. So there's only one slight exception to this rule, and it's if we add free single-use items to the shop or those free slots in the Battle Pass, you only get to claim those once per character. But outside of that, every other thing that you ever have will be with you forever.
Right, and if you make a new character, then you would be able to get that one stack or whatever of an item, for example, on that new character.
The consumable things that you claim, you can't get those again. So whenever you say you complete one of the free tiers in the Battle Pass and it gives you a cool like sword illusion, you claim that on that character, and that's the only time you can claim that.
Okay.
You can't go back and start the Battle Pass again. You get that item once, you get to see it, and it's gone after you're done using it.
Okay.
But everything else will always be there.
Cool.
And
so I think this is an important point that the items that you're paying for in the store are account bound. The only caveat to that is if it's a single-use item like something that you would get in the Battle Pass, where maybe it's a potion or maybe it's what Dennis talked about in the video, that would be a single-use item. You wouldn't be able to use that across multiple accounts. That also leads me to believe that the Battle Pass is account bound as well. So if you are on multiple servers, you still only have access to one of the Battle Passes. So it doesn't matter how many characters you have one Battle Pass that you can complete with multiple characters on that account. So that would be my expectation, is that the Battle Pass is actually linked to your account, not your character. Now, if you have questions about the Battle Pass that were not covered in this video, and I don't mean like, hey, what's it going to cost, because they said they don't know yet, but if you have questions that were not covered in this video, go ahead and leave those in the comment section below, and we'll see if we can do another video of questions or get those questions to Funcom somehow and see if we can get answers to those. I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button that says join on this page. Click that for details. There's 2 videos on the screen. Click one of those to watch next, and I'll meet you over there.